Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Welcome, I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy, and you're listening to Literacy for All, powered by WS Radio. This is the worldwide leader in Internet talk. And our guest today is Tara Graviss, and Tara is from the Arts for Learning in San Diego. Welcome, Tara. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Golly, just a few basic questions, because I have to say, in our world, we tend to think more in terms of traditional education, and even with things along the lines of dyslexia, learning disabilities, et cetera, and things that get in the way of learning. But your organization takes an approach that's arts-oriented. Tell us about the Arts for Learning.
Yes, thank you so much. We've been here in San Diego for 55 years now. We're part of a national organization. We have 31 affiliates around the country. We're the largest, oldest nonprofit arts education provider here in San Diego. We have over 224 teaching artists, and we serve about 76,000 children a year. So we do a lot of work, and you mentioned children that might have dyslexia or some other form of learning disability. We serve all children. So most of the classrooms we serve are integrated, and that does include all children. And, excuse me.
That's right.
And we make sure to take the arts and the creative approach to the arts to make sure that we can reach all of those children. Children have different needs, and the arts can reach that with theater, music, visual arts, and dance.
So why do you have people like me who think this is something that's relatively new? Because I'm on the other end of things, and that's kind of how you and I started talking, where we receive through different foundations I get to work with, the Downtown San Diego Lions Club, the Boys and Girls Foundation, and when they see requests for help to use arts for learning, they get a little bit confused. It's like, well, why are we doing this? How does that work? What's arts have to do with it?
Yeah.
So tell us more about that.
Sure. Well, arts actually always was included in our curriculum until about 25, 30 years ago with the No Child Left Behind Act. And then, unfortunately, with a focus on reading, writing, and arithmetic, a lot of things were cut from our curriculums back then, and they've just never made it all the way fully back in. So the reason we want to use arts is that not everybody learns in the same way. Some people are kinesthetic learners, so by doing things with your hands, by movement, by dance, that helps you learn. Not all children are going to be 100% successful at mathematics or reading and writing and arithmetic, but we want them to stay in school. We want them to feel successful because we want them to be part of our future workforce, right?
Yes.
So the arts can help us bridge that gap.
Very good. So are you in your service format primarily in the classrooms, or do you have programming that's off-site, or is it both?
We do both. So most of our work is actually done in the classrooms. We work with all of the 42 school districts here in San Diego County. We work and do either art for art's sake, which is we teach dance, music, theater, visual arts, or we do arts integration. So most of the time when we're doing arts integration, we'll be working with an ELD class or a literacy class. And what we'll do is, I'll give you a simple example. Second grade, we want to learn a vocabulary. Well, second graders learn kinesthetically, most of them. So we do it by teaching them dance movements to the words, and then their memory and their recall increases.
That's excellent. I love it. So is it safe to say your service, it almost sounds like you are part of the system, and certainly more necessary given the cutback in electives and arts and such. Do school districts depend on you for that arts aspect? Programming that they aren't doing?
Well, it's a fine line. We want to have credentialed art teachers in our classrooms. That would be the ideal, and teaching artists. And the way I usually equate it is if you were a science teacher and you had the opportunity to bring a NASA scientist in, you would, right?
Right.
But right now, unfortunately, we're not able to fund credentialed classroom teachers into all of our schools. So this is a way to bridge the gap, and it makes sure that at least our kids are getting the experience of seeing a professional jazz ensemble, seeing a professional ballet, going in and doing hands-on activities with visual artists or storytellers.
So if you had to weigh the two, it just occurred to me just in the first show that we did today that we were talking about dyslexia and how we'd like to see more educators have as a standard background in this area. Does it work better for us to have teachers be more engaged with the arts, know more about the arts? Or if you had to pick, would you favor doing the kinds of things that you're doing now with professional artists or just with folks who are art teachers to help bring art to our students?
I think it's a partnership. I don't know that I'd want to pick. What I would say is that if teachers had the time to learn all the new science standards, all the new math standards, all the new writing standards, and do this, it'd be great. Unfortunately, I don't actually think that's possible at this time. Yeah. So it's a partnership.
Tell me more about the people who do the work, the teachers, the people on your staff, the teachers, the artists. Mm-hmm. Is it a mix of all of those? Do you have what are you looking for when you bring people on board with your personnel?
So all of our artists are professional artists. So most of them have careers outside of what they do for us. Our time with us is actually a little bit of their give back. So we have some of the best musicians in town on our roster, and then they also perform around town. So you can see them doing that. A lot of our artists actually were credentialed teachers at one point, or even principals, and then they decided this was a better way for them to reach the children, and this is how they wanted to do it. So we have a mix.
Very good. So if you had to share, and I don't know if you ever have to do that, your roster of artists, would it be a pretty impressive, well-known group of artists?
Yeah, they're fantastic. Actually, our roster of artists is posted on our website. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I can't list them all because there's 224, but I list highlights on them.
So it just talks to you about the art community investing in our young people. And just going back to one of my opening statements or first questions was that not enough people know, or put it this way, more people need to know about the work that you're doing, the work that artists are doing, the way that they're investing in the education of our children and helping to close the learning gaps. I think that sometimes take place because we take a standardized approach to teaching, and that there are certain things that our young people need that they're not going to get from that traditional education model. Is that safe to say?
I think people learn differently, and people are reached differently, and not everyone's going to do that. Reach it the traditional way. The other thing that's good to know is that art is one of the ways that creates humanity. I mean, that's how we reflect our humanity, right?
Right.
And it's how we're well-rounded human beings. So even if we're not doing arts integration or we're not doing arts intervention to reach those kids that need that extra help, just having the exposure, I mean, there's direct correlations in research between mathematics and science. Like, there are a lot of reasons why you want to have your kids involved in the arts.
Because things connect. Now, I just saw something the other day, maybe it was yesterday, and it had to do with the importance of recess and how that teaches young people teamwork, problem solving with each other, social skills, but also contributes to their thinking because they're breathing better and they're using different aspects of their talents or their intelligences. Can you speak to some of that?
Yeah. So a lot of same correlations in the arts. I mean, what you're doing is you're working things out. You're problem solving. You're addressing things in a different manner. We're saying, okay, you can draw this or you can build that. You have to work out how to do it, right? So instead of teaching to the test or learning just to do things based on checking the boxes, because those aren't the employers want, right? Employers want people that know how to get things done and how to solve issues. This is something the arts brings.
And we hear more and more too about soft skills and the concern that we have about too much time being on the internet or our flat screen or our smartphones and such, and not enough interaction with other people or just people doing things besides what they're doing, given the technology today. So just the whole idea of the opportunities that you're creating, so that our young people are doing things besides using flat screen technology, is going to make a difference.
Yeah, I think you're talking about social emotional skills. It's huge. It's a big deal. Our kids are getting a little bit too into the games and those kind of things, and they're forgetting that I need to know how to read you. I need to know how to interface with you. That's what we do every day, right?
Yeah, yes.
So the arts teaches us not only that, it gives children an opportunity to express themselves, which they don't always have.
Right. And so more things being connected to their strengths and their preferences and such. I try to figure out how to phrase this question, and maybe we tackle it a bit more when we come back from the break. But just because we're doing the arts for young people who are going to respond better to that, does that make them? Is part of it making them better artists, or are they good artists, or is everybody a good artist? And you can have that argument. Versus, we just don't like school. We just don't like the content, and I'd rather do this, and this is an avenue to me. Maybe having incentive, I guess, to do the work that we want folks to do, given the curriculum. So it's a little bit tricky, quite involved, because I think there are different things that are involved here. That you're looking at attention spans. You're looking at maybe curriculum that isn't particularly exciting. Looking at the opportunity to do arts. I mean, I'd rather do arts maybe than doing some of the things I had to do in social studies in third grade. So I do want to get to that, because there is an issue with the technology and with attention spans and such. And I'm not sure how much that plays into the work that you're doing, but I'd love to have you say more about that when we come back from break. But just really appreciate having you here, because what we're looking at are alternatives, other ways that we can reach young people. Anyway, we're going to come back with Tara Graviss from the Arts for Learning in San Diego. I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy, and you're listening to Literacy for All, powered by WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
I've heard this is like one of the best pizza spots in town.
Yes, it is.
I'll do a slice of pepperoni, slice of vegetarian.
You got it.
And I will pay for all of that in 3 days.
In 3 days?
What's that mean? Well, wait, you accept credit cards. That money's not going to hit your account for 3 days anyway.
I need my money quicker.
At Chase, we hear you. With Express Funding, card payments are in your Chase account the next business day. Go to chase.com/express funding. Chase for business, so you can.
Compensated participation. All businesses are subject to credit approval. Not all clients are eligible for next business day funding, and additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Donate cash, furniture, clothes, and other gently used household items to Father Joe's Villages and get a nice tax break in April. Every donation is tax deductible. Believe you can make a difference. Be Father Joe. Go to neighborhood.org or call 1-800-HOMELESS to donate today.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out, because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
Identity theft costs over $20 billion a year. When was the last time you changed all of your passwords? Don't be a victim. The nonprofit Securing Our eCity Foundation is here to support you. They serve individuals, families, seniors, businesses, and nonprofits throughout San Diego, helping to make a safer cyber experience for all. For more information, visit securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444.
Too much to do? Not enough time to get it done? Call on the experts at Another 8 Hours for your business support needs. By partnering with Another 8 Hours, we allow you to focus on the more important matters, like being in front of your clients, doing what you do best, rather than being stuck at a desk poring over paperwork, rummaging through emails, returning phone calls, and struggling to get everything done by yourself. Meanwhile, your family and social life are going down the drain. Go to another8hours.com or call 8 more hours. That's 866-734-6877.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Securing Our eCity Foundation is a nonprofit organization focused on cybersecurity awareness and education. Formed in 2011, their mission is to enable every San Diegan to live, work, and play safely in the cyber world. For more information, visit securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444. securingourecity.org, 619-630-2444. securingrecity.org.